I mentioned this on the Daily Wrap last night. Very briefly, I just want to gloss over it here on the Level 1 podcast this morning. You may have noticed this last week, I dramatically cut down on, if not tried to outright eliminate, any kind of outright talking about money, asking for anything on my streams. The reason being, there's two main reasons, okay? Number one is because you guys essentially have been telling me recently you're tired of it. You're like, Phil, we get it. You know, you need support. We support when we can. You talk about it too much. It's annoying. But in addition, if you haven't noticed recently, there's a lot of high-profile YouTubers who make things like countdowns and shit like that. And when they say stuff, or you know, I just talked about it over a week ago. It was Moist Critical, who on his stream was like, you know, seems like Phil's whole thing that he's about is just constantly asking his contributors for more contributions. And that hits home, because that's not what I'm about. And you guys know that if you're actually here to enjoy the content. You know the content is because I love gaming. It's because this has been my lifelong hobby. I made YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I was able to monetize anything, nor did I try to make it my living. I fell into this as a, you know, mistake, basically. When I lost my office job, I was like, well, I need something. Hopefully this works. And then it ended up working. I absolutely understand that people don't like hearing about it, nor do I like talking about it. As I said, it's the last thing I want to do on a stream. But that is my life where, you know, it is my livelihood is what I make on a stream. And there's been weeks recently where things have been slower. Let's be honest, it's probably because it was no new releases or nothing really of note going on. And it is what it is. But I actively tried in this last week to try to not do it. And I know that I didn't 100% get there, but I tried my best. Any other contributions are greatly appreciated as well. As you can see, it's a slower night. I don't really care. It's not a big deal. If you want to contribute, thanks. If you don't. In fact, you know what? How about this? We'll use some reverse psychology. Whatever you do, don't contribute to the stream tonight. All right? Whatever you do, prove the haters right. Don't contribute to my streams ever. Just sit there and stop yourself from doing any kind of contributions whatsoever. Ignore any kind of good feelings and vibes on the stream. If you're having a good time, screw Phil. Do not contribute no matter what. There you go. That's what I have to say about tonight's stream. How about that? Now let's see them try to say that I begged. Whatever you do, don't contribute. In reality, I don't think I've seen many people complain this week about it, which is a good thing. So now, of course, immediately the opposite happens, right? So what happens when the one thing that the people who always shit on Phil say is the thing that they shit on him for, what happens when that doesn't happen on Phil's streams? The next thing, it's called moving the goalpost. So here's the next thing that happened. You ready? I'm not even kidding you. Well, let's see. Phil didn't really e-beg this week at all. Right? At all. So now, anytime that he mentions any detractor or anything negative at all, that's what we're going to make fun of him for. Okay? So then it was the other day, and someone actually gave me advice and said, you should just ignore, if you get a troll tip about drama or whatever, and if it's one of these troll bait tips where they're asking you about known detractor memes and shit like that, you should just ignore it completely. Don't give them the bait. To which I said, okay, that makes sense. In some cases, like I answered the question about review tech, that was fine. That was an honest answer. But outside of that, if people are going to bring up these dumb memes and shit about me, you're absolutely right. I'm just going to ignore it. What's funny is History Fact Bot 3000 says this would all go away if Phil ignored it, but he's pathologically incapable of doing that. How do I ignore it when people bring it up every day? Like literally every day on a stream, someone's tipping and asking. You saw this guy just literally brought it up. I didn't bring it up. Why the hell do I care about it? If they bring, are you saying that I should ignore them then? So whenever someone ever brings up these memes, just ignore them. Don't ever address them. Is that your advice? I'm actually asking, like, just don't ever address it. So say, thanks for the $1 tip. That's nonsense. I'm not addressing. Move on. Because I could do that, but then what ends up happening is, oh, he's ungrateful. See? He skipped what that person said, and that becomes the new me. You see? Okay. All right. In fact, I might have an opportunity to do that right now. Yup. Here we go. This is it. Here we go. Very good. $1 tip. It was about the nonsense. All right. Thanks for the tip. Ignoring it per the advice I just got. Done. I've done it. I listened to it. I just directly responded to you. No, I'm not. He just tipped again. He wants me to address it. I'm not going to address it. So thanks for the $1 tip. I'm just going to completely ignore it. and not bring it up, because why entertain the nonsense that I know is not true? There's just no point in doing it anymore. In fact, the people who are here to enjoy my content and relax with me and have a good time with games don't care about the detractor shit, right? They wouldn't be here if that were the case. They'd be watching a restream, right? So you're right. So that was great advice. And I said, I'm going to take that advice, and we're going to cut back on that now, too. So what's the next thing then? Here it is, because here's how funny it is. Oh, this is great, because this was all according to our plans. Because if Phil stops e-begging, and if Phil doesn't bring up detractor drama, that means people will stop talking about him. And that means that he will actually lose attention on the internet and fade into obscurity and completely fail as a businessman, and he'll be gone. I'm not kidding you. I'm literally not kidding you. This is what they said next. This is their, again, the moving of the goalpost. So first it was, he e-begs too much. Okay, that's done. He's not doing that anymore. Oh, he brings up the tractor shit too much. He takes the bait. Okay, he's not doing that anymore. Oh, good. Now he'll fade into obscurity. See what I mean? Like, it just never ends. Here, the truth is what I've said over the years, okay? In summary here, I am perfectly happy to have the audience that I have, all right? The positive audience that I have, that is. The level of people and interaction that I have coming to my streams who have a good time with me, who chill with me, who enjoy games for what they are, right? And I really, really like the fact that on my streams, because of the size they are and the level that they are, we can have personal interactions and conversations. We can have a good time together. We can have meaningful time rather than me just dicking around in a game and flubbing through it and you laughing. We could actually have something more than that, something more constructive. People have told me over the last several years that since my streams have changed in the type of content that they are, they really enjoy them. That in a day when they're pissed off or upset, they can watch a stream of mine, can put a smile on their face, they can come to a live stream, maybe have a conversation with me, they feel better. That is meaningful to them. Okay? And I appreciate people saying that, because that makes me feel like I'm doing something better than just being some dick on the internet, right? I'm actually doing something meaningful because I've changed myself for the better, all right? I have no aspirations to be a ginormous content creator. I don't think I will ever have 1 million subscribers on YouTube. I don't think I'm ever going to have streams that are going to have 1,000 viewers anymore. I don't aspire for any of that. If I can stay at the level I'm at and maybe slowly grow over time, right, at a reasonable pace, and at least have an audience that likes the kind of content that I put out and appreciates the kind of person and gamer that I am, I'm perfectly happy with that. I'm not looking for anything bigger than that. Because what's funny is when these people say, oh, he'll fade into obscurity. No. What'll happen is I will fade out of the public eye of drama. I will still have a viewer base that likes who I am and supports me. We'll still have positive content and streams, but we won't have the negative element coming in from the outside anymore to troll on me. The truth is that negative element does not help me. It does not. It doesn't. They think it does because they want to feel more self-important and aggrandized. They're not. They have not helped me in anything in life. All they've done is held me down. Why do you think I can't get sponsorship opportunities and things like that? Because of them. If I was no longer in the public eye of the trolls and I was able to do normal things that people of my size and magnitude can do, I'd be way more successful than I am right now. I'd be able to grow. I'd actually be able to get things that would help me behind the scenes. Why do you think there have been weeks that I have to basically beg my audience for support? Because I don't get the opportunities other content creators do because of that troll element. If that troll element left because, oh, he's not begging anymore, oh, he's not mentioning us anymore, I would actually be normal, like a normal content creator. I'd be able to have people, can you believe this? Retweet, fave, and respond to tweets I put out without fear of being harassed online by a mob of idiots. Can you imagine that? That's what normal people can do. I'm not kidding you. Normal content creators get to do that. I don't. I'm very different than most content creators because of the level of harassment I get. And people don't, in a lot of cases, don't realize how different I have to be from other content creators, which is a shame, But in their minds, oh, if we just stopped bothering Phil, he'd fade into obscurity. No, I'd be healthy. I'd be free from you, the toxic cloud of shit, the turd cloud that follows me around the internet. If I'm gone, if that's gone, I get to be normal, like other content creators, which I don't get to be because of you. So you have to understand you're the thing holding me back, not me. I've improved. I've done as much as I can to be positive and change my content for the better, and everyone recognizes it. All I need to do is get rid of the hemorrhoids on my ass. So whenever you're ready to go, please by all means go. Let's do a challenge. Leave me alone for a year and watch how things get better around here. Because you're the toxicity, not me. I'm done being toxic. I don't want to be toxic. I don't want to be talking about negativity. I don't want to be talking about money. I just want to be me and chill and have a good time with my audience. And that will be successful if you leave me the fuck alone. But isn't it funny that every time that I get a chance at some kind of improvement or redemption or something going better, they interject themselves to try to fuck my life over again and again and again, right? I mean it too. To any of them out there, I outright am challenging you. Leave me alone for 1 year starting today. Starting today, November 9th, 2022. Don't restream me. Don't steal my content. Don't make edited, slanderous, lying content. Don't do any of it. Leave me alone for 1 year. Come back on November 9th, 2023, and I guarantee you things would be so much better around here without you. You would understand that you're the toxic element, not me. Because I love my stuff. I love my viewers. We have a great time together. But they won't do that. I've already challenged. Remember, years ago I challenged Tevin and stuff to do it. They'll never do it. Because this is how they make their living. This is how they fucking get off with any kind of attention on the internet. It's because of me. So, anyway, let's continue.